Get ready.
We're in February, which means everyone is back to normal. So that is the best time to do our 20 picks in 2020. These are the 20 things that we here at Hack the Dino Inc. think are going to happen during the course of this year. Now, Floppy's not here. He did give us his picks, though, so Dan and I will take turns into announcing what his picks are.
Should we have Braden read them out? He's out.
What do you want to do, Braden? No, we'll do it because Braden's unprepared.
I'm trying to get everything else going.
Okay, we'll do it. All right, Dan.
I did yeet that stuff.
All right.
So I'm first up. So mine's a biggie,
Yep.
which will involve a little tiny bit of discussion and explanation. I think Disney will buy Activision Blizzard.
Why? Why do you think that particular studio?
Well, I thought it's time that they bought a studio. Because
they own everything else.
Yeah. And so you've got Blizzard, which is worth. I think I got this right. $37 billion at the moment. Their net value is. So for them to buy Marvel and Star Wars together,
they'd have to release half the Spider-Man movie.
Was $8 billion.
Yeah.
But the reason I think about this, Blizzard at the moment has the biggest game IPs ever. But at the moment, they're failing.
What IPs do they have?
At the moment,
World of Warcraft?
World of Warcraft and Overwatch.
Yeah.
There's Overwatch, there's
And Hearthstone.
There's a couple of other weird ones and stuff like that. Anyhow, they have been promising all this stuff to their fans for a while now, and they're just not delivering. They're basically failing so hard. So this is the perfect opportunity, I think, for Disney to come in and go, hey, we can acquire this off you, and it's just so that they're acquiring something that's worth. And they don't have to offer as much because they're not going as good at the moment.
So my counterpoint to that is, why would they? What's in it for Disney? They're at the moment, they're just licensing out their IPs, and they're getting Insomniac to do awesome Spider-Man games. They've got the Avengers game coming up, which is Telltale did the Guardians of the Galaxy. Why would they buy a studio and do that when they don't need to?
To tell you the truth, when I thought about this, I thought that, that makes sense. And then afterwards I thought about, hang on, they just, they optioned out Spider-Man. They got someone else to make it for them for less risk. Square Enix is making the Marvel thing, and what's his name did the Ultimate Alliances and stuff like that. And I was like, have I just blown my own thing out of the water?
Is that Team Ninja or Ninja Theory?
Team Ninja.
Team Ninja. Too many ninjas.
So, but yeah, and then I was like, oh shit, have I destroyed my own theory? But I'm sticking to it.
I like your commitment.
Yeah.
Disney will buy Activision Blizzard. It's very specific. I don't usually do specific calls.
No, you don't.
But
I think they'll release a game at E3.
I originally had in here, Disney will acquire a major studio, gaming studio, which I could fall back on.
But you won't.
I think it's their time that they wanted it to get 100% control. Because as much as they're doing well with these, pushing it out to people, they still, as a company, want to have 100% control and get 100% of the money.
Yeah, they do like money.
It might be time for them to do that.
Okay, no, my pick. There will be a new Mario Kart this year. So far, we've only had the port of Mario Kart 8 from the Wii U, and it has sold millions of copies. I think it's actually the number one selling game on the Switch. So it makes sense that, yes, it would be coming out very, very soon. And we can see on the screen our good friend Mr. A-Game, who...
He's playing it blindfolded.
Who, I'm going to announce it now because I've already spoken to him, has agreed to come back on the show as soon as there's a Nintendo Direct.
Press the Mortal Kombat button, Braden.
That's a weird request.
Well, I needed some sort of audio.
Actually, you know what? It relates because the first time we had him on the show was when we revealed the Mortal Kombat 11 news.
Yep.
So, and it was completely not at all
relevant
or appropriate for the kids who were watching.
No.
So
anyway,
Sony had to pour new Mario Kart. Yeah, it is time for a new Mario Kart game,
absolutely
isn't it?
It's
definitely time.
And I think that'll be on the ladder. I think this and another game will come out towards the end of the year. We've got Animal Crossing coming out next month. I reckon Mario Kart 9, sort of mid-year E3 announcement. And then at the end of the year will be something else that I'll get into in a little bit.
They should do Mario Kart like Melee.
Yeah.
And it has you can choose from every character that's in Smash Ultimate, and they have to do a kart for them and everything.
Can you imagine the licensing fees?
Good.
Well,
but can you imagine the money?
Can you imagine the Fire Emblem?
They did it for Smash.
All right, do you want to read floppies?
Spider-Man 2 announced for 2021.
And I just want to point out this has already been debunked because Insomniac have said 2022. Sorry, Floppy.
Yeah, so we can move on. He's got no grounds on that one. Floppy, you're an idiot.
No wonder he didn't want to be here today.
He wants to be here.
Cancel
I
Dan.
don't mean that.
Hashtag cancel Dan in Floppy's name.
Next, you're one.
I'm going to get so much hate from the Floppy army.
No, they're not watching. Floppy's not on.
There they are. What do we got up next? Oh, me again.
Yeah.
So there's another one of my special picks. Augmented reality glasses are gonna suddenly become more user friendly, and we're gonna see more. Now, as a person who loves VR, I'm more excited about AR, augmented reality, which is, for people who don't know quickly, it's like instead of just being immersed in a total world, you overlay your game over real life. And as you can see here,
They look ridiculous on someone.
they do look at, they're nowhere near as bad as they have been. Do you know what I mean? Like, so basically, that was the N-Real Light that we just saw then. That's the smallest ones that we've kind of got now. We've got the Apple AR and a whole bunch of them out there. Now, as a person who can't play VR for very long, I get sick very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
This is
And as
something
a person who wears glasses.
yeah, and as a person that wears glasses, I can't wait for this. Tech moves so quick.
They look ridiculous.
Yeah, well, it's still the first kind of installment of them. Tech moves so quick, right? Within 2 or 3 years, these things are going to be just like my glasses. Like, look how small they are now. A couple of years ago, they were a hulking thing on people's head, these AR glasses. We saw that tech demo, remember the dude playing Minecraft on the table and stuff like that. And the whole thing of you getting up. Every morning I get up, I grab my glasses off the counter.
And then you
my
awkwardly
bed.
wear them on your head.
No, where they could have been on the charge station. I put them on. I look at the wall. It's got the time floating there, the news, the weather coming up, floating around. You know, like my virtual pet on the ground. That hey, I don't have to speed you. You're never going to die. This is great. Yeah,
I love this world. I love this world.
I'm
you're
so
creating.
into this. Like, I'm so into it. I'm already getting cancelled. Dan comments in. These ones aren't, as I said, the N-Light ones are the ones that are the smallest so far. They still aren't quite there, but what they do have is a spot to click in your glasses if you're a glasses wearer, so you can kind of go over it. Like, I thought that was very cool. So my pick is AR is going to become a lot more user-friendly this year, and we're going to see a jump in its tech, and I think maybe VR move away from VR a little, or it's just going to be like, something's going to happen where it's going to become more mainstream and people are going to kind of like it. I've never even got to play one before. I've never got to wear a set. So if you're a company out there that makes them, send us them and we'll do a review on them. And like,
Yeah, you want to chill out anymore? Okay, my turn. This is my big one. Not a lot. I actually had a really long argument with Floppy about this, and I think we've got a. Braden, do you remember? Do we have a bet about this one?
I think you did.
What's the bet for?
Was it in the Discord?
Yeah.
We might have to search through and find it.
I
next
will
show.
ask Floppy when we see him. But yeah, my big prediction is that Breath of the Wild 2 will be released this year. So last year at E3, we got this trailer, which you can see on the screen now, the announcement of Breath of the Wild 2. My big pick is that the last game for this year to compete against the PS5 and the Series X, Nintendo are going to release Breath of the Wild 2 to try and nab some of those sales, or at least share in some of the sales, because as we know, Nintendo like being the companion system. Now, my reasoning for this, the engine's already built. They've already got the engine there.
what if they want to jig it up though?
Well, it won't take as long as building it from scratch like they did last time. The character models are already there. They just have to expound on the story that's already there, and I'm sure that was... Well, Anuma has said that the reason they decided to do a sequel is because they were going to have more DLC, but there was so much DLC, that's when, we'll just make a new game. So this has been planned for quite a while. Now, if you recall Ocarina of Time to Majora's Mask just reused all the same artifacts from the previous game and just made a different, smaller story, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen, and Breath of the Wild 2 is going to come out this year. That's my number one pick.
Ooh, why wasn't that number one then?
Because there's no rhyme or reason to this list.
Do you think it's going to be called Breath of the Wild 2?
I think it'll be Breath of the Wild something.
Okay.
Ganon Strikes Back.
So,
Baby.
Floppy's next one is the Fast and the Furious Crossroads will bomb, and it will be one of the final nails in the coffin for the franchise. I 100% agree with half that. It is going to bomb, but that franchise...
Hey, wait, you 100% agree with half that?
Yeah.
That's
The game is gonna bomb.
bit.ly/hack the dino. You're wrong. If you want to let Dan know why 100% agreeing of half of that isn't correct, let us know.
It might be correct. Fast and Furious game does look donkey, and it's probably going to bomb. That franchise is nowhere near dead.
Oh, no.
That latest trailer is one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Have
Good
you guys
lord.
seen it?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Now, it's not
Ben,
it's not a spoiler because
Nothing's as most important as family.
sure there is. Dreams
Video games.
came out today. No, the
Look at these chode-looking characters.
explain something to me. Who's Han and how's he come back from the dead?
Chips.
What?
He eats chips.
He eats chips?
Yeah, and he got
How did he die?
he got shot in the head by Jason Statham.
How did he come back from being shot in the head by Jason
We
Statham?
don't know.
We don't know. He just appeared.
Okay.
See,
But this is like I've never got the Fast and Furious franchise. Never got it. It never appealed to me. I think it's dumb cars, and I don't like either of those things.
The thing about the Fast and Furious thing is the guys who create them are such sticklers for continuity. It's psycho.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're
Sticklers for continuity, but a car can jump off a cliff and grab a vine and do a Tarzan swing across the Grand Canyon.
And in the next film, a car can do something equally as stupid. That's for continuity.
Continuity, yes. Physics, no. Who needs it?
They never said
Who
they were
needs
good at that.
physics and causality? We don't live in reality. We live in a fantasy world where Vin Diesel's actually a human.
But anyhow, I think the game. Well, yes, it will. I think Floppy will get this. It will probably bomb pretty hard, unless these are really, really, really early. Have they said that it's going to come out this year?
I think so.
It is this year, yes.
It's probably a mobile game.
I would bet, yeah. It looks like crap. Like, that was a big reveal at the Game Awards
It was
last year
the
as well.
final part of the game.
And everyone
award.
just sort of went, oh.
The big reveal was Vin Diesel, and then they just probably botched up that game that day.
Like, it's actually a notebook that some artist came up with.
Your flip book?
Yep. Okay.
Oh,
You again.
Keep going back into me straight away. Bloodborne 2 will be announced for the PS5.
Ooh, now I was asking the Discord earlier in the week, should I start playing Bloodborne? Because one of my heroes, Brian Altano, cannot shut up about it.
Also,
Bear in mind, I'm very bad at video games.
Blessing can't shut up about it either at the moment.
Oh, really? I thought he was playing GTA.
No, he's on. Oh, he is. He's playing this as well.
Oh, okay.
And he talked about the thing that gave me so much grief in this game: the blood-soaked beast, blood-starved beast. It was one of the hardest things in the one of the game, and he had the same problem as me. It was just so hard, and when he beat it, it was like, like.
See, I'm really bad at video games, so I don't think I could do it.
You play Jedi Fallen Order?
Yeah.
I meant Ben.
Nah.
No, you didn't?
He doesn't like Star Wars.
Okay.
No, I haven't played it yet, but I intend to. Just in the comments, we've got Inari Fox that says, Floppy bet Ben for a can of Coke that Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 will not be released this year.
Can we up that to a carton of Coke?
No,
Make it
I
like
reckon...
worth anything, something?
No, actually, sound off below in the comments what the bet should be for.
Well, they can't.
Sound off in the comments.
Has to be within reality. It can't be like...
well, no, something that I can actually afford. Whether it's a dinner bet or whether it's,
Floppy gives you his Metal Gear pack, and you give him your Game 16, what it's called, Game 6. What's it called?
No, I'm not giving him that. Nothing. So sound off in the comments below or shoot us a message over on the Discord, bit.ly/hack the dino for what you think the bet should be for that I'm going to win.
I've been thinking about replaying Bloodborne recently because I've just I had such a hate-love relationship with it, but now, bugger it, I'm not going to do it again. It's too.
Yeah.
I think I
How was the
own
makeup
it
sex?
from the
horrible.
PS Plus when it was free, and I'm not sure if I
No,
ever
that's
will
Dark
play
Souls.
it. No, Bloodborne as well.
Really?
At one point it was.
Oh, I don't have it.
And I have it on there. I'm just not sure if I'll ever play it because it looks a bit scary for me.
I did the thing where I did it all. I beat all the enemies. I did everything in it. I beat the last guy, got to the real last guy, and then just went,
Nah.
yeah, I don't care now. There's nothing after this.
Yeah.
I don't need to beat him. I can just stop playing it.
Okay, my next pick for the 20 game predictions of 2020, I'm going to say that Stadia will die with a whimper.
This is so funny. Have you seen
Yeah, I
that?
saw what yours is. It's practically dead already. Between paying $9.95 US a month, followed by purchasing the actual games, and some games are already being taken off the server. It's already starting to show that it's flatlining. They're either going to have to relaunch it, or they're going to go the way of Google's other failures like Google Glass or whatever. They've already announced
Glove.
a free tier, so it looks like maybe they've realised that they're in some trouble. But yeah.
Because and if anyone wonders what we're showing here, this is a Stadia game.
That was
Glyph.
Glyph. It's the only exclusive to Stadia.
So that's why we're showing this game footage over this.
You ask me, the Apple Arcade is a lot better than Stadia.
All right, moving on.
All right, so you want me to do Floppy's pick there as well?
Yeah, you can do it. You can
All
do
right.
Floppy's one.
So Floppy has predicted that Star Wars Battlefront 3 will be announced, and it will come out with remastered copies of the original 2 games. Now, I have
the OOG ones.
Yeah, the OG ones, which were great games. I played the heck out of them. The only problem I have with this is that EA likes money and does not like to give away free stuff that's not remastered, let alone more free stuff with Battlefront 3.
I gotta say, every time I see Battlefront footage, it always looks so amazing, eh? Like,
Yeah, the amount of stuff they've added to it now is bonkers.
I actually picked it up for, I got it for $2 at a market.
nice.
Battlefront.
Yeah, and now it's worth it easy.
Yeah, so I thought $2, yep. Not a problem.
Just it's got like, if you've got a VR, it's got the TIE Fighter thing in it.
Yeah.
If you do the VR mission, and that's even just that's worth $2. Yeah, I don't know.
No, I just don't. I think Floppy's gone too big here. I think,
It's too hard.
well, they would remaster 2 games.
Going against his name.
So the remaster within 3, not even thinking 3 is going to get released?
So, yeah, he thinks 3 will be announced, not released, but it'll be announced with the original 2 remasters. And I just don't think that'll happen at all.
That is a lot.
That is a lot. I think he's swung for the fence and he's going to fly ball it. Dan.
You don't swing for the fence.
Yes, you do.
You swing for the bowl.
Swing for the ball and it goes to the
You
fence.
swing for the fence because you're putting in all the effort of the ball to try and get it over the fence.
I get you now, I get you.
God, guys, baseball, come on. It's the 6th most popular sport for underage kids.
So this is my controversial one. Cyberpunk 2077 will be overhyped and end up getting low 80s
You know
scores.
what? I don't think that's a bad call.
I
don't think it's a bad call. It got delayed for a reason.
yeah.
It is going to be running on old systems.
Old systems. Also, I think it's going to be very convoluted. I think the only people who are going to play are fans of the Cyberpunk 2020. No,
Yeah.
20.
People who are into cyberpunk style stuff, like
So
sci-fi stuff.
people who are fans of the
RPG.
RPG board game.
Yeah,
game.
that
Board game?
Board game.
I imagine people who are like fans of the films like Blade Runner, Upgrade.
You a fan of the RPG board game, Braden?
A little bit.
Yeah. You doing anything? Got anything planned?
Working on some stuff in the background. Maybe people should keep an eye out.
Is that happening?
Yeah,
Good.
people should definitely keep an eye
Because
out.
I want to look.
I'm just going to say 2 words. Flex Turbo.
I'm going to say 2 words. Natalie Green.
Flex Turbo.
Flex Turbo and Natalie Green.
What
Coming
is
to
that?
a screen near you.
What does that mean? You guys will find out soon. We got more plans. This is our 2020 plans.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
So I just think, and also all the footage
Flex
of it has
Turbo.
either just
That was so loud.
all the footage of it has just been like it just looks like to me a standard first-person shooter. It looks like Deus Ex Machina.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's nothing like there corridor rooms. A lot of I know what goes out into some cities. You can drive cars. It might be great. I might be sitting here at the end of the year just going, man, I should have been.
Yeah. You might just be being a narcissist.
Yeah. Anyhow, that's my pick. Ben, what's
Yes.
your next pick?
my
Considering
one's-
numbering these, what number are we up to?
I don't know, who cares? My one is
count.
also a bit controversial. My is a theory as to what's going to happen in The Last of Us Part 2, and that is Joel is dead. Joel is dead, and you don't find out that'll be the big twist in the end. So Joel accompanies you sort of like quarter way through the game. Sort of like that really, really bad Emily Clarkson
or it'll be
film.
straight away. You'll work that out.
No, I reckon he's going to be there as like the little talking ghost on your shoulder. And then she'll reveal, like, after you defeated the final enemy, and she goes, well, I'm glad you're proud of me, Joel.
And he's like,
Well, no, she goes,
just fades and I've always been proud of you, Ellie.
boo, I'm a ghost. Yeah, that sort of thing. But yeah, I think Joel will be dead. Even though looking back at the trailer,
So that's number 11.
it's clear that that's not the case at all. Because he just interacted with her there.
You can dream.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that these might be like cases of like full Tyler Durden style. She might just be remembering back of what she thought happened.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe.
Like Naked Lunch style.
Full Psycho.
Yeah, right. So following on from that, Floppy predicts Stadia will continue to suck. Dan.
Moving straight into my next one, you can put up the same footage. We will see Stadia. We'll see some headlines halfway through next year. Stadia is actually good now.
See,
This is my hit prediction, but once again, I looked a bit further into this, and did you guys know that the Nvidia
yep,
have
a streaming thing.
have a streaming thing?
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't know about it until I started looking at it.
And do you know what Nvidia are responsible for?
Everything.
The Switch. Anyway, continue.
So Nvidia's like a graphics card.
Yep.
Yeah, they're like the biggest graphics company.
I've got one, and Braden's actually using one right now. So they have their own streaming service, which is exactly what Stadia is, and it's working, and it's out there, and no one's talking about it.
No.
Why haven't we looked into this?
Why haven't you looked into this?
I
You're the
don't
tech
know.
guy.
But I feel that eventually Stadia's just going to start changing up what they're doing, and just get their act together, their shit together. We can say shit now, can't we? Yes, we can. And pull it all together, and then because at the moment they release too soon, and just maybe we might see that. As I said, these are predictions. I don't know, but as I said, I blew my own prediction out when I noticed that Nvidia. I can never say the word. Nvidia has done one, which no one's talked about, which I'm going to research pretty soon.
Good. Drink that coffee while I give you my next pick
nothing
for
left.
20 game predictions or 2020, and that is the PlayStation 5 and the Series X will be neck and neck in sales over the holiday season. Now we know that the waiting game that each of them are playing now. My theory is that Xbox will go first and announce the price of the Series X, and then PlayStation 5 will go, ha, we're $100 cheaper. And then Xbox will go, ha, we've got a Series Y
version.
that is $100 cheaper than that, jerks. That's my prediction.
Xbox Y chromosome.
Yep. So yeah, I
Xbox Y
think
bother.
for that reason they're going to be sort of very, very close. We're not going to have a clear winner for a good couple of years.
I actually don't think there's a console war anymore, eh? I don't feel like it's a console war.
That's because it's over, and like it was over like 3 weeks in.
Yeah, maybe
So,
PlayStation will tank.
Unless they somehow come the biggest comeback ever with the new Xbox, and if PS5 isn't up to snuff compared to it at all.
Like
Which I
even then, I think it's going to be the next generation before our Xbox come back.
Yeah, because the general audience won't know.
No,
Everyone will be like, oh, PS4 was great, I'll get a PS5.
and PlayStation 5 as well has that brand recognition. What comes after 4? 5. So therefore it's good. Whereas we've talked about it before. Series X, what? I've got a 360, but I don't want a 1 because one comes... What?
That
X?
is their biggest
what about
flaw
the
with
A?
Xbox.
What about the
but
Series
then again,
Z?
like, do you remember the Red Ring of Death fiasco?
What about Xbox Red and Blue?
Did they really do that?
Yeah, and then they did Amiga Ruby, and then they did Soul Silver.
Don't know what you're talking about. I assume it's a Pokemon joke that only children will get. There's a bunch of little kids out there rolling and laughing around right now. Going, good one, Ben. I'm going to go and feed my food, Mum. Because they're little babies. They need to be fed.
You've got these super deep voices, though.
I know.
And they're full ockers as well.
Yeah, g'day, Mum. Give us some food, mate. Wow, my baby.
Um,
Anyway, Copper.
Yeah, neck and neck. Yeah, I reckon this is going to be true. I reckon they're going to be... For me, I don't think I'll buy an Xbox this time around, just because if Game Pass is on it, I've got a PC, which is an Xbox, which is made by Microsoft. I don't see the difference between my PC and an Xbox at the moment.
I think the only reason you would be if you don't have a PC, PC that is able to stream at those levels. Like, you've got a pretty high-powered PC. Like, you've got a dedicated PC for streaming. So it makes sense for you not to do that. Whereas
For people who have, like, a laptop or a desktop computer that their parents have, and it can run maybe Minecraft.
We could seriously do a whole show on this.
And we probably will once Sony announces their stuff.
So let's move on. And it's nice to see that Michael Towns has finally dropped in.
Hey! Michael Towns, everybody. Say hello to him.
Say Mortal Kombat.
Murdoch!
Combat. Floppy's next pick, which is very similar to my pick, so you can read it out, Dan.
Oh, where is it?
After the PS5.
Oh, yeah. I had this one in mind as well, and I just dropped it out because I was like, oh, man, this is... Game Boy Classic announced, but he's pushed it a bit further. The Game Boy Classic will be announced with 24 games and original and what are
And play original cards.
and play original cards.
Now, like Dan, I 100%, 50% agree with this.
You 100%, 50% agree.
Yeah, that's right. I think it will definitely play original cards. I mean, I really hope it plays original cards, because why would you make it? You can't make that thing any minier unless it's a micro. I think 24 games. Those games are even less memory than the NES games.
Less memory.
Like you can put much more than 24 on there. I think they will go the whole hog and put all the Nintendo library on there. Some of those games are fantastic. Super Mario Land 2 is a brilliant game.
Because they could have put that. They could have put them all on there.
Why?
They could have. All the minis could have had all the games on there.
No, just the Nintendo ones. They still have the licensing too.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I reckon, has there been any flutter on the internet about, have they talked about that
No,
they're going to
not at
actually
all.
make this thing?
No.
For the footage that we're showing now, it's just a whole bunch of ads of Nintendo. We had the Game Boy on at the start. I've just left it on.
Yeah, cool. All right, do you want to go on to your next one?
Oh, here's the Game Boy now. So my next one is, I like this one. So I've been following this thing, Fall Guys. Ultimate Knockout is going to be a sleeper hit.
I have no idea what this is.
Is this the Japanese game show? It looks
Kind
like
of.
it.
It's a massive multiplayer game where you play these little men and you create them, and you just kind of you do things.
That's quite novel for a
you
game.
can see here, there's like 100 people really.
Hey, Brayden, this game you do things.
I don't.
I know. So you've got 100 real players in this game, and it's first to the end kind of thing. And it's like, remember, it's a knockout.
Yes.
It's like that, and there's lots of different things, and you're all playing against it. There's ones where there's one called Tails, where half the players start with a tail, and when you hit that person, you get a tail, and then it's up to and then you get knocked out, and then it goes on from there. And this is going to be huge, I reckon. I don't know what it's on.
Yeah, I was about to ask, is this Steam or is this...
I haven't actually researched it. I've just been watching people, game testers on it, and all the people that are playing it, they're like, this is the best fun we've had in so long. You play it with a group of friends, and everyone in it is just trying to...
So it's like a battle royale almost, but
it's
an
like-
obstacle course.
Was it Takeshi's Castle
Yeah,
or
I was
whatever?
about to say Takeshi's Castle.
Yeah, and it's like, but there's heaps of different sorts of things. I reckon this is going to be huge.
Actually, this looks really cool.
It looks really fun.
I really want to go at this.
Did you notice that I put this in my my hypothetical? What's that thing called we're doing? The Game Critic thing?
Oh, did you put this in the?
Yeah, I bought it for $1. No one bet on it.
Fantasy Critic game.
Because
Fantasy
we
Critic.
weren't paying attention.
Yeah. I reckon. So I'm predicting this is going to be a sleeper hit. Is that the right word? A sleeper
Yep,
hit?
yep.
Where
Yeah.
it's just going to come out of nowhere. It's going to knock people's dicks off.
Not again. All right. Mine, which was very similar to what Floppy said, so I'll answer some of the questions that they came up with in the comments. I predict there will be no Nintendo 64 Classic this year, but we will get a Game Boy Classic. Purely from the fact that N64 licenses are too hard. Now, we had a couple of questions in the comments. Carlin Budd wants to know if we're going to get the monochrome or the color. I'd say the monochrome, but man, it'd be really cool if there was a switch and you could just switch over to the Game Boy Color. And King Kaiju said, will it come in a multi-cart or an inbuilt game library? I would say inbuilt game library, but if it has the options to take the original carts, they will sell millions of these things. I really hope. I'm a massive Game Boy fan, see? I'm wearing Game Boys.
A Game Boy Advance.
Game Boy Advance is the best
got so many good-
and the greatest system of games
I think
ever
they should
released.
just skip Game Boy, go straight to Game Boy Advance and bring that. Game Boy Advance Classic, they
Yep.
could put on it's Castlevania, there's everything on that
Dude,
system.
I'd be so on that.
You know, when we
And
eventually...
it's colour, so it's still got the newer generations of people aren't going to look at it and go green and brown black.
When we eventually get invited to a supernova
Birthday
or a
party.
con or something like that, I do have a audience participation thing I want to do, the greatest game console ever. It's very similar to what AGN do, and it's just ranking the consoles, retro consoles, and my pick is going to be the Game Boy Advance because that machine is perfection.
The Game Boy Advantage.
Yes. Okay, Floppy's next pick says that Xbox will insult their fan base while talking about the Series X at E3 this year.
Well, they're going to be the only ones talking at E3 this year, so they might as well say something.
Yeah, it's pretty on point. I mean, although they've got, I've forgotten his name. What's Xbox head guy called? Sean?
Sean Layden.
Layden, yes.
No, he's
No, that's
PlayStation.
Yeah, and he's gone.
Yeah.
What is
I
his
don't
name?
know.
Phil Spencer.
Spencer.
Yes.
I did know that.
Yeah,
Reggie, right?
Phil Spencer. Yeah, he's kind of in charge of things. It's not like they're Bethesda, where they're just going to come out and go, shut up and buy it. They tried that once. I know Sony tried that once.
Yeah.
Going back to that previous discussion, the only way I can see Sony really stuffing up is if they're cocky Sony again.
Yeah. Come back to PS3 Sony. They're
Yep.
like, get a second job.
Cocky Sony,
Yeah.
as in self-request cockatoo or Galar?
Go away, Australia boy. No, if they're really arrogant and go, well, you're just going to buy it, shut up. But I don't think they'll do that. They took a big hit in PlayStation 3, so I don't think that will
PlayStation
be
world.
an issue. Dan!
So my last one is Man-Eater is gonna blow people's minds. I don't know what that means. Man-Eater is gonna be another sleeper hit. For those who don't know what Man-Eater is, you play a shark and it's basically Grand Theft Auto and you're a shark.
Now, this is an Australian dev game
I think so.
because Jasmine, my partner, had one of the lead designers come to CDW. She's an office admin person
Well, yeah.
at an art school here in Adelaide where they teach game design, game arting. And yeah, they had him come down for lectures.
Super Floppy's
Yeah,
in
she's
the
also
chat.
had guys.
Floppy's in the chat.
Oh, is he? Hey, Floppy! We're just reading out your picks. They've also had guys from Naughty Dog come down.
Damn.
Yeah, right.
Like one of the artists who designed Ellie came for. Yeah, no, I've really got to get in tight with
Yeah.
Simon, who owns CDW.
You mean the
Good
guy
lord.
that did a character model of Ellen Page?
Yeah, sure.
No, that's right. So I reckon this shark game is gonna like be. So this game's cool. We've talked on the show before. It's like I don't know. It's just a crazy concept of like being the shark and then being able to.
Crazy concept.
The development team is actually North American.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they came all the way over.
Wow. Oh, he does do that. He goes over to CTX every year and liaisons with artists over there, and he flies them over, which is why I feel bad approaching him and going, hey, you know how you paid for those guys to come over and paying for everything? Can we possibly have them for our show to, like, get views from your money?
So when I say it's gonna blow minds, it's gonna get 90s.
Yeah.
That's all that means.
That's
And
what
I
you
also think with that other game that I said, like the Fall Guys that Ultimate Knockout, that's going to get 90s as well. So that's what I mean when I say it's going to be good or blow people's minds or, you know, firework your cock out the window.
Silver crested or
Galar? Sulphur crest.
Floppy's last pick.
Can you remember what it is, Floppy? You can read it out in the chat.
Well, I can read it right
Oh,
here.
Floppy says he has pre-ordered Man-Eater already.
Floppy's last pick is all remaining Wii U games will be ported to Switch this year. All of them, because there is about 50
Well, they'll just do it slowly.
this year, he said. They'll be ported this year.
Next year,
So
he means next year, because these are 2020 picks.
Yeah, no, he's got here this year.
Are you
so...
going to hit him up on a technicality?
Yes,
Like-
it's what I do. Yeah, he thinks they'll all be ported this year. I'm going to say no.
Yeah, I haven't got much time.
It's February already. We're late doing our prediction show, let alone announcing every single Wii U game coming to the Switch.
Hey, it is 2020 though.
Yeah, it is. It's
Does that
February.
make sense?
Yeah, all Wii U games will be ported to the Switch this year.
He's having a go. He's having a red hot Australian go. He's taken, you know, he's taken a risk.
Yeah, he's
taking a chance.
A silly risk.
Take a chance. Take a chance.
No, but not even saying like, oh, they're going to announce that they're now going to be doing.
Yeah,
all of
at
them.
least put a little caveat there in case it doesn't happen.
King Koju in the chat says that the Shark game looks more fun than Echo. It does indeed. That game was Borg.
Borg?
It was terrible. It was like
Was it,
it's like it was on a giant
Cockatiel,
cube.
or- yeah.
Oh, do you want your bloody cockatoo and Sulphurcrest? Galars.
I know, I'm all about them.
Devil's third.
All about those cockatoos.
All right.
All right, so that's our predictions. We'll come back to that in December, if we remember. Probably not. Damn it.